Hi, Dr. Janet Hall here, clinical psychologist and sex therapist and author of Sex Life Solutions and 19 sensational sex CDs. So I'd like to talk to you now in a way that's going to lift the lid off the myths about women and vaginal or penetrative orgasms. I was coming back on a plane recently and watching one of those movies that you'd probably only watch on a plane, and there's Gwyneth Paltrow and Joaquin Phoenix standing up with all their clothes on, the camera up to here, and she starts to go off having her When Harry Met Sally fake orgasm. Now, you know, that perpetuates a myth that orgasms are so easy. Like, I mean, standing up with all your clothes on and she's doped off her face, highly unlikely. You see, the truth is that most of the books will say, the statistics are, and we don't really know because the women who don't orgasm don't tell other people, but the statistics say that only maybe 30% of women do have vaginal orgasms. Now that means there's 70% of women who are not. So if there is 30%, don't push yourself, pressure yourself to have to learn or die, and don't make yourself wrong for it. Look for another video which is going to give my utmost top tips for having orgasms, but not necessarily vaginally. Okay, so what they suggest is that you think about shallow end, middle and deep end of a pool. So shallow end is learning to orgasm with the vibrator. So that's step one. If you haven't done that yet, go buy a vibrator and learn how to have an orgasm. Then they say, now do it with your finger. Well, it takes quite a bit longer because, you know, vibrators do have quite a lot of Mr. Buzzy in them, and your own finger can actually be quite a little bit of a chore. But that's what the books say you should do. And then they say to use a bridge. Now the bridge is that the woman sits on top of the man's penis using her vibrator and then her finger, which is the vibrator's the shallow end, the finger's the middle end, and then the deep end is that all she has to do is sit on top of his penis, use her vibrator, then use her finger, and then have an orgasm. Well, it is not that easy. And in fact, I find that it's a bit like this. You know when in school the teacher got you to do that thing where you tap your head and then you do your round thing in your tummy? Well, once you're actually riding his penis, you know, and then you start to use a vibrator, it's a bit like this, and it's just all too hard, too complex, and you give up. So, don't feel bad. Just know that you're one of many. And if you are one of the lucky ones, well, good for you, girl. Keep going for it. So, please look for the next YouTube on how to have Dr. Jan's top tips for maximising orgasms.